What is up, everybody? It is your boy the Flyboy coming at you all today with another video, and in today's video we're going to be going over a guide on how you can kill Vorkath. Yes, it's going to be a very efficient guide. Now there are some guides out there featuring something called the Wook's Walk, but I got to be honest with you guys, yes, you can learn it, but it takes a lot of practice and you will still die even after you master it, and each death costs 100k, so we're trying not to die as much as we possibly can. So I've come out with a guide after getting 100k C that I feel like a lot of you guys will be able to get down in just a few tries. But with that said, I actually had a ton of fun making this guide, and it did take me a little longer than I would have liked it to. So if this does help you out, definitely hit that like button, as that helps me out a ton, and definitely subscribe if you want to stay up to date with tons of old school RuneScape content on my channel. But let's go ahead and get straight into the guide. As far as the requirements go, you need to have at least one quest done, and that quest is Dragon Slayer 2. Now obviously, as you all know, this quest is, it's, well, as it says on the screen, it's required, but Dragon Slayer 2 actually unlocks the Vorkath boss, so without having this quest done, you can't even access the boss yet. And then for levels, you need to have 75 plus attack, and that is so you can wield a Bandos God Sword. We'll talk about why you need to have that in a few. Obviously, higher attack level is better, but as a baseline, 75 is where you need to be at, and you need to have at least 85 plus range, and that's not really a requirement, but I will say if your range level is lower than 85, then you're going to be getting very slow kills, and you probably won't even be making that much money per hour. So 85 plus range is a good place to start off at for this boss. So for the gear setup, it's going to be a pretty simple setup, to be honest. Now there is going to be a 5-way switch into some best in slot melee gear to spec out the boss, which we'll talk about later. But as far as your actual inventory for ranging, or not your inventory, but your gear setup for ranging, you're going to be wearing full void, the Ava's assembler or accumulator. If you don't have the assembler yet, you can just use the accumulator and you can upgrade later. You need to have the salve amulet EI, and this is completely necessary. If you don't have this, killing this boss isn't even really worth it. This gives you a 20% bonus to range as well as melee, so it's very nice to have against this boss. You also need to have a blessing in the ammo slot just for the prayer bonus. You're going to be using a blowpipe in your range slot, which is going to be using Addy darts or better. And then you're also going to want to have God D'High boots for the prayer bonus, but if you do have Pegasians, definitely wear those because those are obviously going to be better for DPS. And then an archer ring, imbued or not. If you have the imbued archer ring, that's even better. If you don't have the imbued archer ring, you can still use that, but I would definitely recommend getting it imbued as soon as you can. So for the inventory, basically your first set of items are going to be a 5-way switch into your best in slot strength gear. I know it says 4-way switch. I actually messed up. It's going to be a 5-way switch. And you're going to be bringing D boots, a berserker ring imbued, fire cape, Bandos God Sword, which is very important. You need to have the BGS, and a void melee helm. Now obviously if you have the Inferno cape, switch that out for the fire cape. If you have Pegasians, bring those. Like I said, it's your personal best in slot strength items. For me, this is what it is. As far as the potions go, you're going to bring 1 super combat, 1 ranging potion, 1 super anti-fire potion, 1 anti-venom plus, and then 1 or 2 prayer pots. I like to bring 2 because sometimes I can get 2 kills in one trip. You can bring 1 if you need to bring an extra piece of food. It's all up to you. After trial and error, you'll get it down and you'll see exactly what you need to bring. And then you also need to bring a rune pouch that has dust, law, and chaos runes. Like I said, dust runes, law runes, and chaos runes, and this is going to provide you with a teleport to your house, and it's also going to give you the access to the crumble undead spell, which I'll talk about in a few. You need to have both of these spells to be able to kill this boss. So now that we've gone over the gear, the inventory, all of that good stuff, I'm going to show you exactly how to get there. It's actually very easy. Now there's 2 options on getting there. One, you can move your house to Relica, so you basically just teleport to your house and then you can exit it and go straight into Relica, which is where you need to go. Or you can have the Fremennik Sea Boots 4, which have very high requirements, thus I do not have them, but if you do have them, those will actually teleport you right to the boat where you need to go to actually get to Vorkath. In this instance, I'm going to be showing you the house teleport method. So basically, in the rune pouch, like I said, you're going to have your dust, law, and chaos runes, and this will give you both crumble undead, which we'll go over later, and a teleport to house, which basically just saves you an inventory slot from having to use house teletabs, and you can bring 1 extra food. You're going to enter the portal, and like I said, if you move your house to Relica, here you are. So once you exit out of the portal, you're basically just going to run straight into the town, and then you're going to go over here towards the market, and I'll also show you where the Fremennik Sea Boots 4 will take you. So right here, the Fremennik suit boots 4 will take you to this area, so it's actually a lot closer and will save you a lot of time. But once you get to the market, you're going to go to this skinny dock right here, and you're going to see a guy named Torfin. So you're going to go to Torfin, and you're going to click travel. Once you travel, you're going to come to this like icy kind of island, and here you are now at Vorkath. Basically, you just come right here, hop over the rocks, and then boom, there goes the boss. So now I'm going to actually go over each mechanic of the boss, and then I'll show you a full kill so that you can actually watch it in real time and see exactly how I do it. So whenever you're ready to actually start fighting the boss, first thing you want to do is go ahead and switch into your 5-way best in strength or best in slot strength gear. Pot up with your super combat, ranging potion, anti-venom, and super anti-fire potion. You're then going to click on the boss, which will actually wake it up, and then you're going to run away so it can't melee you. Switch on your protect from magic and protect from, or not protect from piety, but piety, and then you're going to run in and do your 2 specs. So as you can see here, I'm specking, running away, specking, and then I'm running back away, switching back into my range gear, and then I'm turning on my quick prayers, which are basically just going to be protect from magic and eagle's eye. So this first attack here is like a weird gray and green looking spiky ball. This is actually his range attack, and there's really no way you can protect against it, and this is going to be the attack that damages you the most. Like I said, you can't protect against it, so you're going to need to tick eat from it sometimes. For every now and then, you don't really get hit by it. I think the max hit is only like a 33 or 34, so you can definitely, you know, kind of have your HP a little low and not have to worry about dying from it. So as you see on the screen now, the green fireball attack is actually his venom attack. As long as you were potted up with your anti-venom plus, you don't have to worry about getting venomed, and if you are already potted up with your super anti-fire plus protecting from mage, you will not be damaged by the fireball itself. So this attack is pretty much useless and doesn't do much damage to you. So this purple attack is once again just another dragonfire attack. As long as you have protect from magic on and you've drank your super anti-fire potion, you will not be damaged. But the kicker for this attack is that whenever it hits you, it actually turns your prayers off. So every time you see the attack coming, you always need to be prepared to re-click your quick prayers, which are always going to be on set to protect from magic and your highest range bonus prayer. Now this next attack is actually very dangerous, as it can literally one hit you if you stand right underneath it. I believe at a minimum it hits like 127 HP, so you will definitely die. There is no out eating that. So basically what's going to happen is the boss will sometimes shoot up a fireball in the air, and what you need to do is you need to move at least 2 tiles away. If you stay underneath it, like I said, you'll get 1 hit, and if you only click 1 tile away and the bomb goes off near you, what's going to happen is you'll get hit about 60 to 70 HP. So that's quite a bit, and you can definitely die from that. So anytime you see the boss shoot this fireball up, just make sure you click away from it and get away 2 squares, and you'll be completely fine. You'll take no damage. Anytime you see this blue fireball attack, just know that you're fine. This is actually his magic attack, so as long as you have protect from magic, you'll take absolutely no damage from this, and that is one amazing reason why we always protect from mage on this boss. We never protect from range, because 90% of his attacks are magic based, so if you have a super anti-fire potion plus protect from magic, you'll never really take any damage from any of those hits. His next attack is actually the white fireball, and this is one of the phases of this boss, and basically what happens is whenever the fireball hits you, it's going to freeze you in place, and it's going to spawn this little kamikaze crab. So what you need to do, as soon as the crab spawns, you need to be in your spell book, click crumble undead, and click on the crab. Basically what Crumble Undead does is it one-shots the crab every time, ensuring that it always dies. That way you're protected. Now if you do not kill the crab fast enough, it'll actually come up to you, it'll explode, and it will deal, I believe, up to 50 damage. So you definitely want to kill the crab as quickly as you can. This is actually a very easy stage, and I pretty much never get hit by this. So as long as you can switch to your spell book, click Crumble Undead, and kill the crab before it gets to you, you'll take absolutely no damage during this stage. This last mechanic of Vorkath is actually the hardest to learn, and I'm going to be honest with you, you will die a lot during this stage. It took me like probably 15 deaths to actually get this down, so if you die a lot, it's part of it. It's going to happen because this stage is definitely the hardest to learn. So basically what's going to happen is Vorkath is going to spew out these little green puddles as you see on the ground now. And I believe it happens every 7 attacks or every 14. It kind of alternates with the crab and these green puddles. But as soon as he hits the green puddles, you want to make sure that your run energy is turned off. For a rule of thumb, I always keep my run energy off. And basically with your run energy off, you're going to be walking obviously, and as soon as the green pools hit the ground, you're going to just basically walk back and forth, find yourself a nice little patch that has no green acid pools, and walk back and forth. So basically in a straight line, you're going to walk to the end of the square, and before you get to it, you're going to click on the other side, as you can see on the screen now, and you're just going to keep doing that until this stage is done. Basically what will happen is if you walk over any of the green acid pools, you take anywhere from 5 to 10 damage, and that damage obviously damages you, but it heals the boss. So stepping on the green pools is not ideal. So obviously, like I was saying, you need to find yourself a very nice, like ideally like 10 white tiles that are in a straight line, and just follow those back and forth. And as long as you're walking and you're clicking pretty quickly and you're not stopping, you won't take any damage. The real problem here is if you stop moving, these actually will hit you, and you'll deal a lot of damage. You'll basically get stacked and die, because you'll get stacked for like 32 damage multiple times. So really, like I said, you just want to keep moving, and this is going to take you a while to learn. The stage is kind of hard, so just keep practicing at it and you'll eventually get it down. I even still died to it, as you saw in this clip. I got to 1 HP. Luckily I survived, though normally I don't really get, destroyed on this stage, but this just goes to show you that this stage is pretty hard. So everybody, that is actually the guide. I hope you enjoyed it. I've already gone over all the mechanics, so I'm going to leave up a full Vorkath kill here for you to watch if you're the kind of person that likes to actually watch people kill certain bosses so that you can learn it better. Like I said, I'm going to leave this clip up for you. You can go over it, practice it, review this clip, analyze it, do whatever you need to do to get better at the boss. But with that said, if you did enjoy the video, leave a like and subscribe. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and peace.